Hi there. So if you find that you have a lot of tension up through your neck and maybe the top of the shoulders where you end up usually getting a back rub or a shoulder rub, and those muscles tend to be really tight and sore, there's a probability that you are overusing the actual shoulder girdle, the movement of the shoulder blade, in lieu of actually using your shoulder joint when you move your arm. And I talked before in a previous video about finding a neutral scapula in order to have better postures. Because again, just to review, we're trained in our culture to maybe pull our shoulder blades back, which is really actually sliding them together to the spine, and how that actually causes a little bit of a forward push of your spine, which can actually increase your kyphosis, and also really does maintain a lot of tension in the front of the chest and shoulder and neck, whatnot. So what we have to do, not only widen those shoulder blades, which is also called protracting, to find where they're neutral within the back, but we also have to retrain our arms and the muscles to use the arm joint rather than the entire shoulder girdle. So how do you do that? This is just one simple game. I think of everything as a game to play to retrain your shoulders. So you want to take a hand up. I'll do this one. Take a hand up and find your shoulder blade, and you can feel as I move my whole shoulder blade back and forward how it slides around, maybe up and down. And you want to find the neutral place where that shoulder blade is really flattening out into the back. So it'll be a little bit away from your spine. And then I'm going to put my elbow right into my side, and I don't want the elbow to be moving around. I want to keep it there so that the upper arm bone is just hanging straight down. And I'm going to start to practice just rotating the shoulder joint. So the hand will travel side to side, but the elbow stays where it is. So then I'm really getting just rotation here. Now here's the trick. You don't want to feel any motion up here in the actual shoulder blade. You want to keep that where it is and independently start to move the joint of the shoulder. Now you'll feel some muscles contract and move around a little bit, but you don't want that bone itself to be shifting. And you might find that the hand doesn't go out very far, that if I go any farther, I end up pulling the whole scapula backwards. And that's the end range of the motion of my muscles in the front of the shoulder and the chest at this point, because they might not be used to working very much. So that's one. It's just really trying to get some rotation of the shoulder joint without any motion of the scapula. And you're retraining your brain to say that the scapula can stay still, but the arm can move. And now a second part of that is you can actually then take your arm and reach forward, let that shoulder blade be protracted, and then start to find some motion and explore with the range of motion that you might have in the arm, again, with as little to no motion in the shoulder blade as possible. Now, when you first start this, you might have to start really small, like tiny little circles, just tiny little circles, because it might be hard to keep that shoulder blade in place. But over time, you can start to increase that and explore how far you can go. And eventually, you want to be able to have the largest range of motion possible of the arm with as little motion of the shoulder blade as possible. And that way you start to retrain your brain to connect to your body, that the shoulder joint itself can do a lot more work while keeping the scapula neutral, which is going to help your posture, and also keep the stability of the whole shoulder joint itself. So those are good things to play with. Also, you can add that into your arm swing, like I did in another video. And just keep moving and keep playing. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.